Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner. And today I'm going to be going over with all of you my books that I find intimidating. Okay, again, hello, I'm Rye and this is Rye's Reading Corner. If this is the first time you are seeing my face, or if you have not done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. It's super easy and it really helps my channel grow. So as you could tell from the thumbnail and from my little introduction, I'm going to be sharing with you books that intimidate me. So a lot of these books are intimidating because of their size or because there's a lot of mixed reviews on them, but they're books that I really want to read. So if you want to buddy read any of these books, let me know down in the comments below. I might just need that little extra motivation to get these books read. So these are in no particular order, but let's get started. All right, so the first book is The Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is, I want to say it takes place in Shanghai, and it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, I believe. I could be wrong. I got this in a book box, so it is really pretty. It's signed, has the most beautiful cover. So it's one of those books where I just have to read. I don't know. I think what's pulling me away from not starting this yet is I'm not a huge retelling fan. But I have heard things that people really enjoy this book, so I would like to give it a try. And it is a pretty chunky book. It's almost 500 pages. I think it's like 450 maybe. And it's a big book to not be sure about. So this is the first one that intimidates me. The second one is one I want to read for so long. This book is loved by so many. It is one of their favorite books of all time, and that's Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This is like a dark academia fantasy, I believe, story with a little bit of an King Arthur retelling, but with a female character. I've heard nothing but great things, and I know there's a sequel coming out, and I need to get to this. I've literally put this on several TBRs and have not read it. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's because of the size. This one is 500 pages, so it's not huge. Like, I've definitely read books way bigger than this, but I don't know why I keep putting it off. I think part of it is the retelling aspect, but I just need to do it because I've heard nothing but great things. All right, so the next one is one that intimidates me for several reasons. One, the size. Two, it's based around Greek mythology, which is something I haven't really read before, and I don't know if I like it or not. And the third one is I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this one, and this is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. This is the one that she wrote a dystopian book, and I loved the first one, but have struggled getting to the second one. I can't think of what the name of it is, but I've tried the second one twice and I just can't get through it. So I am a little bit nervous. I know this is more of like an urban fantasy because I believe it takes place in New York City, but like I said, it does have the Greek mythology aspects, and I've heard some quite negative things about it, but I always like to go into books open-minded because I may absolutely love it, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me know if you think this is worth reading down in the comments below. Okay, so the next one is a little bit of the same reason why it intimidates me. So for one, though, this author is one of my favorite authors of all time, but this is like a different genre than what I have read previously. It is a bigger book, and it's a book where either people love it or people hate it, and that is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I have become a Leigh Bardugo fanatic. I am obsessed with the Grishaverse, and I just have to buy everything that this author writes. But I've heard so many vast things about this book. I know Mo from the Roomies Digest. It took her forever to get this book done, but then I've heard people say that this is one of their favorite books of all time. It's a dark academia. I think there's like a murder maybe or something, and it takes place in New Haven, which is not too far from me. So I feel like I could really like this, but I'm just a little nervous to start this one. All right, the next one is another Leigh Bardugo book, and it is the last one in the Grishaverse, and this is A Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. Couple reasons why this one intimidates me. One is the number of pages. It's almost 600 pages. That is a big chunky book. Also, it is the last one in the Grishaverse, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for it to end. I'm very strange in the point where many times I won't even watch the last episode of a series because I don't want to rewatch it, like to have the series end. Gilmore Girls, I've literally watched, I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched it, and I still don't like watching the last season, one, because it wasn't the best, but 2, because that last episode just makes me cry every time I watch it. So yeah, I want to pick this up. I wanted to go right into it once I finish King of Scars, but I've been putting it off because of those reasons. But I really want to get to it because but I also am not ready to end the Grishaverse, so I don't know. I gotta get to this one soon. Okay, so the next one is a book that I actually just got from this new independent bookstore near me that I found, and I got it for 40% off, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. So this is inspired like a fantasy, like Western African, I believe, but it is a huge book. But just look how gorgeous this is. And I got it for 40% off, and there's like nothing wrong with it. They're just a small independent bookstore, and they're trying to make room for some newer books. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I feel like I'm super behind on this one because fantasy is something that I am newer to. Not at this point, but I missed a lot of good fantasy series in the past. But yeah, if anyone wants to buddy read this with me, if they're late on the train like me, let me know and we can read this one together. All right, the next one is a book that I had started and put down, and I just need to read it because I know there is a new one coming out this fall, and this is The Crown of the Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. 1, the sheer size of it is huge. 2, a lot of people have been disappointed in this book, and I love the first 2 books of these series. They were 5 and 4 stars for me, and people who are also fanatics of the series really, really struggled with this book because they're saying that it's a lot of just like world dumping, and it needed a lot more like editing. So I am a little nervous to read this one, but I just gotta get through it. So I need some motivation, guys. I really need some motivation. All right, the next one is a queer fantasy, urban fantasy, and this is The Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. This is another one that I started, got intimidated by, and put it down. This one takes place in Toronto, which is not too far from me, so it was pretty cool. There were some references to some things that I was familiar with, and the cover is just really, really cool looking. But I just need to get this and read it because I feel like I will like it. It has a lot of aspects that I really look for in books, but I don't know, I just keep putting it off. All right, we are almost done. My second to one, or last one, is one of my favorite authors, and this is Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. I bought this book when it first came out, and it's been sitting on my bookshelf since then. I've heard a lot of great things about this fantasy book. I believe it is going to be a new series. She's the one that wrote the Red Queen series, which is one of my favorite series of all time. But it is a chunky book. It is about, 563 pages. The words are pretty big on the page, but I just need to get into it, and I need to read it, and I just gotta bite the bullet and just do it. So hopefully I can get this onto my TBR very soon. All right, and my last one is by an author that I do enjoy, and that is Sarah J. Maas, and this is Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood.
Oh, my book's just fell, so that's how this is going.
This is the start of a new series. She has announced that there is a second one coming out. I want to say maybe at the beginning of next year, but don't quote me on that one. I know a lot of people say that this is their favorite book out of all of her writing, and then I've heard nothing but great things. But it is a bad boy. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at this. Like, how can you deny that? It is, it is almost 800 pages. Like, and the font's not super, I mean, it's not really small, but it's not like super big like Realmbreaker. But I need to read this because I feel like I would like this so much, but I don't know what's stopping me. But yeah, so these are the books that intimidate me, and I need some motivation to read these, so please let me know if you want to buddy read any of these. I need the help. So if you want to take this crazy journey with me, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you and my friend on any of my other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all the information is linked down below. So stay kind, loves, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
So pretty up from the minute that I met you.